Now, as anime fans, most of us need to hear some uncomfortable truths. One being that waifus aren't real, and it's just an unhealthy attachment that we have. And my brother in Christ, go outside and touch a woman, please. It doesn't even have to be consensual. And also, 90%, if not all of anime, just has bad writing. And now in this video, I want to focus on why anime doesn't have good writing and why it cannot, or maybe it just won't anytime soon. Because let's face it, most of these anime writers are either depressed social outcasts who mostly write this fantasy of what real human interaction is, where the characters talk and behave in this constructed over-the-top way that's not at all realistic. And these writers get so lazy that they don't give the characters any personalities and would rather have them as tropes. Another example of this is when the characters just sit there and start talking about their predictable plot or their emotional backstory, or worse, give us an info dump. And even worse is when it's information that we already know. Like, if you look into your favorite anime, this is what the dialogue is.
Think of a big black man chasing you! Well, he's not racist. Follow.
Question! Mr. Kimura, why did you decide to become a high school teacher?
'Cause I like high school girls, that's why!
And this leaves no room for imagination or creativity. And a very, very severe case of this is when the title of the show tells you literally everything about the show. Because what is this? Anyway, writing is a form of art. And I know that art is very subjective. Like, two or more people can have different reaction of the exact same thing. But understand that there are merits that all artists strive for in order to tell a story that's either compelling, entertaining, or educational. And now, stay with me, because there are some shows out there that accomplish none of these things, and there'll still be a large number of people who resonate with it, and that's fine. But the problem arises when those people start talking about, oh, it's peak fiction, and that's only because it's entertaining, not because it's well written. And now, most anime fall into the category of having bad writing, while still being entertaining. And one of the reasons for this is because of the form it's in. Now, to resonate or to feel for a character, we as the viewers should be able to infer their emotions from their body language or facial expression. Something anime just can't do. Because with each regular episodes being this expensive to make, I don't blame them. And it's not like the writers don't know this, because to try and make up for this, most anime will have internal dialogue about how the characters feel, where it feels like the writers just tell you everything about the character so you can feel bad for them. Now, the ultimate goal of storytelling, besides entertaining and educating, is to mimic reality. And that's why characters are made to be emotional and three-dimensional. Like, I don't know about you, but a person being honest about how they feel just isn't how humans behave. Because when was the last time you were honest to yourself about either your bad habits or your unhealthy lifestyle? And I remember reading a quote that said, if self-improvement was real, then there would only be one book about it. Which I think is wrong, because the reason why self-improvement is difficult is because we as human beings are complicated things. Because no one is going to talk about how their uncles touched them when they were kids, when they are in a social space like McDonald's. Like, keep that shit to yourself. That's mostly going to happen in the confines of their bedroom. Which again brings us to the dialogue. Now, anime dialogue is an insult to human evolution and thinking as a whole. Because what most anime characters talk about is nothing but the plot, backstory, or just self-aware nonsense. Now, I'm not a critic and I doubt I'll be able to articulate this properly. But let me show you two clips. And you tell me which of these two is more realistic.
I'm feeling really sad today because my girlfriend broke up with me. That's bad. Breakups are hard. I remember feeling devastated when my relationship ended last year. Yeah, it's tough. I think I'm gonna miss her a lot, you know. She was everything to me. You find your way through it. You know, it's weird how quiet it gets all of a sudden. The silence after the storm, eh? Yeah. It's just everything feels off balance now. Give it time. It's like learning to walk again.
And this is just everywhere in anime. And this isn't just the East. Like, in fact, when you go to mainstream in the West, there's Marvel and Godzilla. Like, last year, I was at the library, uploaded something, when this guy started talking to me about, oh, I thought Kong was about to die in this scene. I told him, like, bro, first of all, you do know that there's multiple movies following this one. What do you think they're gonna be? Prequels? Because mainstream media, it's all about epic shots and CGI fights that last for like 30 minutes. And not about writing quality. And it's like that one guy in Bullet Train said,
you watch something nowadays, what is it, huh? Nothing. It's twists, violence, drama, no message. What's the point? Huh? What are we supposed to learn?
Also, this is a great movie. But another point is that there's no deeper meaning to any of this. And the fans just gobble this up and they call it peak. And seeing the fans' reactions, the writers think that they're doing a good job and make more shit. And the prime example of this was in Oda. Like they're talking about, oh, I'll never run out of ideas, can't stop, won't stop. And I was like, bro, so I'm making all this nonsense. And now, I don't want to get into the bad writings of One Piece, but ask yourself this. Why is it that when One Piece fans recommend you the show, that we're talking about, oh bro, start in till episode 90, it really gets good there. Like, my nigga, what? You fucking moron. Or what about the Marvel movies? Like, don't get me wrong there, I love some of the Marvel movies, but what do they know about consistency? And Marvel fans will be up in arms talking about, oh, or just being nitpicking, or who cares about writing anyways. But the funny thing is that when She-Hulk was out here shaking her vegetables, they were out here talking about, oh, this is nested writing. And then it's like, I'm not complaining now, nah. But do y'all now see why writers having some writing ability is important? And to the anime writers, and like, I know you mean well, nah, but you just don't think it through. Like, how many animes, nah, when a character is about to die, they suddenly get their flashback to their whole story, just so we can feel bad for them. And that makes the story so fucking predictable. And now, pause for a sec, nah. For clarification, I'm not saying that every show should tell a compelling or well-written story, or that consistency is the key to good writing. I'm saying that fans of a show who know next to nothing about writing shouldn't be out here singing the wrong praises to the choir because they themselves don't know any better. And adding to that, I will say this. It is perfectly okay to enjoy shit writing, so long as you know that it's shit. Because in fact, despite knowing all of this, I still watch anime and enjoy King Kong. Like, I recently watched Shangri-La Frontier, but you'll never hear me say that it's peak, even though it's above certain shows, but not peak. And to the anime community that just loves abusing terms, do you guys actually know what the peak actually is? Like, it's the point that stands above the rest, which means you can't have multiple quote-unquote peaks. Like, even in a mountain range, there's at least one point that stands above the rest. Anyway, I don't want this to be a long video, and to Cat the dog, I hope you don't take this the wrong way, nah. I was just keeping it real. Now I will ask you this. Do you actually want to know what good writing is? Do you want to know what it actually looks like? Unfortunately, I'm not skilled enough to tell you what good writing is, but I know others that do. And with that, I will give you two options. This is corny, but after season 3 of Invincible is out, and if you really want to know if Invincible has good writing, I'll recommend you these videos. But know this, once you watch these videos, you might never enjoy Invincible the same. And also, I'll recommend you this. And I will warn you, if you take this route, you will never enjoy media the same way. Heck, I used to love CW Flash and I thought that it was peak writing. But after watching my Advocate's videos, I haven't watched a single minute of The Flash, simply because I've outgrown it. But if you're not interested in that sort of thing, and you want to continue believing that Invincible is a masterpiece in writing, then just ignore what I just said and believe what you want to believe. And we'll always remember, you can find something entertaining and genuinely enjoy it, but it is the most basic, generic, and contrived writing known to man, and that is okay. That's all, folks. Does anyone have to say that legally?